Allegations of close ties between President Trump and Moscow do not seem to be going away. During the election campaign, Trump spoke favorably of President Putin.
He said nice things about me.
Now, the New York Times is reporting Trump's aides had repeated contact with senior Russian intelligence officials in the year leading up to the election. Several associates have done business in Russia, among them Paul Manafort, who was Trump's campaign chairman for several months. According to U.S. media reports, there's a lot law enforcement officials won't disclose, including details of what was discussed on the tapped calls, the identity of Russian intelligence officials, and how many of Trump's advisors were talking to the Russians. It's unclear whether the conversations had anything to do with Trump himself.
Can you answer any questions about your associated contacts with the Russians?
He managed to avoid questions on the matter during a news conference with the Israeli Prime Minister, but earlier tweeted that the allegations were nonsense. During a conference call with journalists, Russia denied the reports.
Это не моя фраза, если вы помните. Поэтому давайте не верить газетным сообщениям, ибо очень сложно сейчас настоящее от подделок, от уток отличить.
But just days after the election, Russia's deputy foreign minister admitted there was contact during the campaign, and that Moscow obviously knows most of the people from Trump's entourage. Statements Trump's transition team has denied. The New York Times report comes just a day after the resignation of the U.S. president's national security advisor. Michael Flynn stepped down late Monday after revelations that he had misled the vice president about his contact with Russian officials.
Given what has happened to General Flynn, there are probably going to be a further investigation that will undoubtedly include Russia's role in the 2016 campaign. So I think eventually the Trump administration is going to have to adapt its approach to Russia as a result.
So far, there is no evidence that the Trump campaign colluded with Moscow to influence the results of the election. As part of the investigation, the FBI is also assessing the authenticity of a document on Trump handed over last year by a former British intelligence official. It's alleged it contains information Moscow could use to blackmail the U.S. president. Sarah Jones, TRT World.